All right, so let's talk about solving versus dissolving our pain. I think for a lot of us, we're constantly trying to find the solution and the reason for why our pain existed in the first place because we feel like when we find that, whether that's pain, whether that's fear, when we find that, we can actually like apply an answer to it. But a lot of the times, that just actually gives more power to the pain. It gives more power and attention to the pain. It takes so much of our time to figure out the cause that we never really find the truth, and we kind of stay in this cycle of sabotage and negative self-worth and all of these things because all of our time is attributed to this story we've been telling ourselves. I think when the focus changes to dissolving the pain, what that really looks like, besides obviously rhyming right with solving, is to dissolve pain is to embrace it, to look at it and expose ourselves to it, to look at it in the face and just no longer let it have the power over us. To accept that, yeah, maybe it's in our life. Maybe that fear, maybe that pain that we have is in our lives. But we're not afraid of it anymore. And it doesn't label us. It is not the story of our lives because you have to understand there's about three or four stories that we tell ourselves in our lives. Some of you, it may be traumatic experience you had growing up. Some of you, it may be a partner you lost in a relationship. Some of you, it may be the story of how you found God, how you found Jesus, which is amazing. But there's three to four main stories that make up who we are. And when we allow that fear or that pain to constantly be a focus point, whether we're searching for the answer or just searching for how to solve it, that becomes one of those main core stories for us. And that becomes something that is part of our identity when it was never supposed to be. And so to dissolve the fear is to look at it in the face, that fear, that pain that you have, and just embrace like maybe this is something I'll struggle with. Maybe this is something that I have, something that's a part of me. You know what? That's okay. I'm going to live. I'm going to choose to be happy and content with myself regardless because you guys have to understand in psychology, the term is teleology or teleology, something of that sort, by Alfred Adler, which is that the meaning that we apply to things is not based on what we've gone through, but how we decide to move forward. That we have power in the now, that our power and our strength and our happiness isn't determined by a cause and therefore an effect, but that at every moment we have the power to decide how we want to live our lives and how we want to view ourselves. And so for you to dissolve the fear is for you to say, whether the fear is there or not, whether the fear is real or not, whether the pain is going to go away or not, I'm not running from it anymore. I'm not afraid of it anymore. It doesn't have power on me. Yeah, I may be broken. I may have these things that I'm ashamed of, but no more. That's not something that I'm ashamed of. That's something I'm going to use for strength, for a testimony. I want you guys to think about it like this. When you have kids, hopefully you have kids, or even just a friend going through something severe. If you haven't gone through something severe yourself, can you really give them the message that they need to hear? Can you really be that wisdom and that guidance they need if you haven't gone through something deep yourself? You can't. You can't. And so there's a kind of grace, there's a kind of appreciation you have when you do go through these really hard things that people don't know about because the level of help that you can provide others when you get on the other side of it and even while you're going through it is something that you would have never had you just had it been all sunshine and rainbows before that. And so don't try to solve the fear every single time. Don't try to solve the pain every single time. Face it head on, expose yourself to it, and embrace the strength that comes with that. Embrace accepting whatever the case may be and choosing to be happy, choosing to be the person you want to be, regardless of your circumstance. Y'all got it. I believe in you. Peace.